Hi YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I hope that you would consider hanging around for a while. I think that you will find value here and some hilarious moments as well. But if you are one of my subscribers, thank you for returning. You already know how I feel about you guys. But anyways, I am making this video today because there were two things that happened to me today that I thought was a really, really good thing to just share because it actually relates to that video that I made. I believe it was last week or a week and a half where I was really, really vulnerable. And it just reminded me of the title of just, you know, not, just keep on going. Okay. Don't give up and keep going and just really believing and have faith in your journey, even when you can't see what's in front of you or what's going to happen. And just know that you are just going to have ups and downs. It's just how it is in life, right? But two things happened that confirmed to me because I have been praying about a lot of stuff and just continuing to pray about just getting some clarity and light and guidance. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm just out here completely willy-nilly, but at the same time, the original plans that I made when I came out here are not the current plans that's happening right now. So that's why I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? Because I know that I have to make some next big steps to go to exactly I am not sure, because these are the things that are going to happen to you in life. Is sometimes you'll make a plan about something and you think you're going in that direction and then it'll just make a U-turn on you. So it's when you go into those U-turns that you can get a little bit taken aback and not for sure about where exactly your next best step should be in your life. Should you go back? Should you stay where you are? Will you be okay? But in regards to being okay, I have learned through experience that no matter what I've gone through, God has always gotten me through. I do know that part, that no matter what, nothing stays the same. And even if you go down, there's only one way, and that's back up. Okay. So you already know about ups and downs in life and things like that. I already know those things are going to happen. But the reason why, and the main reason, like I said, which that happened to me today, both of these things happened to me today. And it was a confirmation to me that, like, okay, no, you're good. Just stay on course, Faye. Just keep on trusting. Keep trusting the process. You're good. The first thing that happened was a neighbor of mine that I met down here saw my video. I guess she had just saw it last night, the one with me being vulnerable and having my little, moment. Um, she checked on me today, sent a text like, hey, are you all right? I saw your video. I just wanted to make sure you was okay. Are you good? And that really, really, made my day today. It really made my day. Even though I had ended up getting over that moment, but nobody had, reached out, or nobody had, said anything or like, hey girl, you're going to be okay, or this and that. But she did, and she let me know that, I'm here for you. Don't think that nobody's here for you. And sometimes people, just because people might not be your family, don't mean that you can't have no one that's there for you. So I want to thank you, Lisa, for that. You actually really, really made my day. And that just brings me to another point about us, brown and, black and brown women. I really, really implore us to start supporting each other more. Like, if someone's, coming on being vulnerable or anything like that, it's it's free to just kind of give a encouraging and uplifting word like, hey, everything is gonna be okay, you'll be all right, this and that. You never know who needs that word. You never know what type of emotions a person's in. It could be someone really, really dealing with something that your encouraging word could stop someone from doing something like hurting themselves, harming themselves, or anything it is. I have just gotten to the point in my life that, especially when it comes to us as black women and black and brown women, we're not really supported enough as we should be supported. And I really feel like we should start doing it for ourselves. We don't need to wait for anybody else to do that for us if they're choosing not to do those things for us. But I feel like we as women can do that. Black and brown women can do that for ourselves. And just it's so easy to do. I just think that we're just not used to doing it, so it makes it a little bit more uncomfortable. But I have decided and am challenging myself, and I also will challenge you guys to, let's start uplifting each other more. Let's start, if we're seeing a sister or whatever, or even a brother for that matter too, that's like struggling or whatever, a kind word, or hey, you're gonna be okay. I would say a hug, but there's a lot of going on right now that I don't know if it's such a good idea to do the hugging right now, but you can definitely uplift someone with a word. That is for free. We can do that. So I ended up getting that text from my neighbor, which was, that really just started out. My dad was on my way out, and it just really brought a smile to my face to know that somebody cared enough to check on me and make sure I was okay. And then as I went out to go run a few errands, I went to one store, but then decided, okay, I forgot, so I'm at the grocery store. So I headed back to the grocery store, and this was the most incredible thing I felt like that happened. This woman I met, I feel like she was really incredible, right? It was a black woman. I was in the area going to pick up something, and it was this woman next to me that said, oh, excuse me, how long did you have your locks in your hair? So after I had finished doing what I was doing, I went over to see what she was saying. So as I started to explain to her how long I had the locks in my hair and all that, she just kind of went into her own story, like, I'm just going through so much right now. And I'm like, huh? She was like, yeah, no, I'm in the middle of a divorce right now. I've just lost everything. I mean, things are so hard. My son's birthday's today. I'm here picking up a cake and all that other kind of stuff. And I mean, he needs balloons. Over there is only like $4 for the balloons. I don't even have $4 to get balloons for my son. And then she was like, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me stop. It's that kind of thing when you're going through so much that you just start telling a stranger your most private issues and problems. But I just stood there and was like, wow. And it was incredible, because I was like, you know what? I was just having a moment like that. And my friend just lifted me up. I said, now here's this woman in front of me who needs someone to lift her up. I can tell that she just needed to be lifted up, right? So I was like, okay, I'm going to actually be that moment. So as I just started to look at her and stuff, and she just looked at me, she said, my father was a pastor. She was like, I have a anointing. She said something about she's an anointed person and this and that. And then she just looked at me and said, you know what? You have an anointing over your life. She was like, where'd you come? Are you from here? I said, no. I said, I came down here. I told her where I had came down. She said, oh, no. You have a blessing coming to you. There's a reason why you came down here. She was like, no, there's an anointing on your life. She said, you know what? You're going to be famous. And I'm just like, what in the world is this lady talking about? She said, no, I'm serious. There's something about you. She said, no, I know you probably think I'm crazy and like what I'm saying. She said, but no, you really remind me of one of these ladies. Not just saying, you remind me of this lady on Basketball Wives, Jackie Sutton. She laughed. She said, but not that. She was like, no, seriously, I'm serious. I could see it. It's just something. It's like, you're in a public eye somehow. You're like, the public is seeing you. Now, I didn't say nothing about this, like I'm on a YouTube channel. I have a YouTube. She didn't know anything about that. She just was like, I just see you in this public, like, I just see you being famous. And she was like, I was like, I was like, so we sat there for a minute talking about that, this and that, and then she was like, okay. I said, well, do you need? How much did you say you needed? I said, you said you needed $4 for some balloons for your son, and she was like, yeah, but you could tell that she was very, very, like, she was just in this thing. You could tell she may have been like a type of woman that was just down on her luck, but she was not that type of woman. She was like, no, I want you to know, I'm classy. I'm a classy woman like you. Like, I'm not. She was like, I know I don't look like it now, but it was like she was steady trying to explain to me this and that. But the thing about it was, I saw where she was, and I knew that it took a lot for her, and she felt so bad being in the position that she was in, but she couldn't do nothing about it. And it's in sometimes, literally, just at that moment, she literally just didn't have $4 to her name to get the balloons for her son. I come to find out later, she was like, what do you have? She said, what do you have in your basket? I can pay for that. But so what it was she had food stamps, and I already know to deal with that. I know in her mind, she really wanted to pay for it and just ask me for a few dollars so that she could cover the balloons for her son, and then maybe probably have a few dollars in her basket or whatever. But she just wanted to make sure that what I had didn't go over what she had. So she was like, wait here, I'll be right back. I just got to run to my car, I'll be right back. So I had already decided in my mind, I already just saw the state she was in. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna help this lady out. I'm gonna go ahead and just get the balloons for her son or whatever, and then just whatever. We came up to the restaurant. I went to go ring out my stuff, and then she literally came back. She was like, you know what, my stuff came up to about maybe like $35, $36, and she said, you know something, I'm just gonna pay for it. None of mine. Don't worry about it. I was like, what? You just gonna pay? She was like, yeah. She was like, you know what? That's okay. That's okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and pay for that. Hold on. Do you want the receipt? Here, take the receipt just in case if you come back, cause so that they don't think you just taking this here. Just take the receipt. I said, no. She said, no. She's ripping off the receipt, this and that. She never once asked me for that $4 for the balloons, and on top of that, she actually stood there and paid for my stuff. It literally was just about to let me walk out. I said, no, hold on a second. I said, let me tell you something. I don't know if you're lying to me or not, but usually when someone comes in and just start telling you their most personal business like that, usually they're not lying to you. I said, but just because of the fact that you are being so vulnerable right now and just coming to me like that, I'm just going to bless you today. I'm gonna bless you today, and just you go it. It's gonna cover your son's balloons, and it'll just put a few dollars in your pocket. I gave her $20 today. I went in my purse and gave her $20, and she just looked at me like, wow, I cannot believe you just did that. She was like, don't you know I was running on empty with my tank of gas and everything? She was like, I'm gonna literally go over here, spend $4 on these balloons. I'm going to put $8 in my tank and put the rest of a little bit of change in my pocket. Thank you so much. Thank you. I said, no, it was meant for us to see each other. I said, I'm on my spiritual journey as well, and I was looking for a sign and just some clarity. I said, and you have no idea that how much you helped me today. Just the fact that you're in the position that you're in, going through doors, you don't, don't even have money to pay for $4 worth of balloons, and you were willing to pay for my stuff, even though you knew it would have been tough for you to do that. You was going to be even more delinquent by paying for my stuff and letting me go free. But even in your hardest of times, you was willing to help me, which clearly at this moment you need more help than I do. So just the fact that she showed that willingness to even give in her most time of need, I just thought that was like, I just admired her for that. Like, even though I could tell, she didn't look her best, or whatever that was, but I could tell her mind was just like, just gone, because of everything she was going through. But I was so happy to be back of service at that moment to her. And actually, for us to be in service of each other. I just wanted to give her a hug because I could tell that she just needed, she just needed someone to hear and listen to her. She talked about her family just wasn't there for her in her time of need. And it's so crazy because people tend to just put you down even when you're going through more, even if it's your family, friends, sometimes people that you think you had your marriage. Who could have known if they were jealous of her being married or whatever the case may be, or maybe they said he wasn't good for you and she stayed, and then just because it didn't work out, as if a lot of people situations don't work out sometimes. It's just unbelievable sometimes how people can treat you, and then how God can send a blessing to you. So we were each other's blessing for the day. I was just so happy that a friend of mine, was able to lift my day, and then I in return was able to turn around and uplift another woman's day, and so that she could go home and feel good about still celebrating her son's birthday. And it's so funny because it just remind me, I've seen so many women like in our community that was struggling like that, whereas even though they were going through so much, they still had to support their kids when that birthday comes. Just because, she was really not in a good headspace, but she still had her son's birthday today, and she still had to come out and get his cake and get his little balloons. And it's such our story, that we have to continue to be strong even when we are weak and when we are going through things. We still have to put on this strong face even when she was crying inside. So I was really, really happy to be there for her and be an uplifting moment. We said some very uplifting words to each other. I told her she's going to be all right. God got her back. I was meant to see her and encourage her today. She needed it, and God allowed me to be that person. I'm glad he worked with me as a vessel to do that for her, to lift that woman up. So that was a really, really good thing. That really made me feel good today. Those are the type of things that I really, really enjoy doing. Okay. So, yep. So that was the thing of today that I went through, that I wanted to come here and tell you. I felt like it was just even more important than the video that I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to do an update on the thinning, guys. It's going to require that I wash my hair and all that kind of stuff too anyways. So that's why I was like, I'll just hold it off to tomorrow. When I get back, I'll probably, shoot that during the afternoon, because I do work tomorrow morning, but I will get that out to you guys. I'm going to do an update. I'm going to let you know where it is right now, how I feel, if it's still as thin as it was, is it growing, just all those kind of things. We'll talk about that. And at this little moment, I want to take a little moment, guys. I'm going to put my glasses on, and I want to respond to a couple of my subscribers. I want to say also thank you, guys. Thank you. I am at how many subscribers? I think I am at 200. And how many subscribers do I have? It's between 202 and 205, I think. Yay! Listen, guys, when I first started back, it was 14 subscribers, so I'm at 200 and between 202 to 205. So I just want to thank you guys so much. I am so thankful and grateful that you have decided to join Faye'sLoc'dLife family, okay, and come over and hang out with me and have some moments with me, some education time with me, some laughter and humor with me. So I am very, very, very thankful for you guys, and I am going to take that anointing word from that woman today who told me I was going to be famous, honey. So just know, guys, I got the word today that I was gonna be famous, y'all. So listen here, y'all might be amongst the famous woman, all right? I'm gonna go ahead and take that. So it is, God, I'm famous, okay? And I'll tell you one thing: when I do get there, I will be in service of others, and that is for sure. I will definitely be in service to others. Okay, so I found this. Thank you to my 206 subscribers. So it's 206. But I wanted to answer, I think there's a question I wanted to answer, and then another thing I wanted to say, and then I also want to thank a few of my subscribers. I'm going to try to continue to do that. But also, what I will tell you guys is, if you leave comments below the videos, then I can get your names, guys. Because the only thing that I see is, I see the amount of subscribers I have, but I can't see your names unless you do a comment underneath the underneath my videos. And then I also would like for you guys to tell me what you would like for me to talk about, because sometimes, you know, I would rather, I mean, I can think of my own things, and when I do, I try to go ahead and make these videos based on whatever I think would be valuable to you guys. But also, if it's something in particular you want me to talk about in regards to the sister locks or wellness or entertainment, like I said, I'm going to be introducing the Meaningful Mondays and then the Clearwater Tarot Thursdays. I'm going to start that next week, because as things ended up happening last week, I had so much on my plate because I do other things, guys. You know, I do hair at home as work part-time. So, you know, I'm multitasking and trying to stay on top of these videos as well. But just give me some ideas of what you might want to hear, and we're going to do that tomorrow. I'm definitely going to get that the updated thinning video, and if you can call me on that, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. But anyways, going back to these subbies, one name was what's that, Shawnese Dixon. What was she saying? Shawnese Dixon. Okay, it's the crap. Oh, so she was talking about, so Shawnese Dixon, I hope I'm saying your name right. I hope I am. But basically what she was saying when we were talking about finding a good loctician and stuff like that, she was just saying how it's a crapshoot, and you know how she has to drive hours to get to someone, and it's and basically the one thing that the loctician did was actually start her off well and put her grit in it, and that was great. But after that, like, I guess it wasn't so great after that. But yeah, Shawnese, that's how it is sometimes. But just know, even though you may feel that way, but just know you still have options. You still have options. Don't think that, you know, just because if not other people that you can find, that you can't go online and maybe look, because there are more and more people starting to, you know, take the classes and do stuff like that. So if you're willing to go 3 hours one way, you might be able to find somebody 3 hours another way, or an hour another way, and they may end up being the right loctician for you. Okay, and then there is another subscriber that asked me to what's her name? Her name was what was it? Okay, so okay, I must be gonna say I am so sorry. For whatever reason, I don't see her name. I could have sworn I wrote her name down. But the person is on the person is on the thin haired sister lock ladies forum on it's on Facebook. On Facebook, there is a forum, a type of group for women with thin hair sister locks, right? So she's on that forum, and she had asked me, could I share, I'm assuming she's asking me, can I share my video over there? Or are you asking me, can I go over there and share about thinning hair over there, and how I feel, what my feelings are on thinning, and does sister lock cause the thinning, or does it contribute to the thinning, or what other things that can contribute, like thyroid and, you know, just different other things. It could be hereditary, it could be medications people are on, you know, so there's a lot of different reasons why you can be thinning in your crown or in your hair altogether. I knew a woman actually too who had really, really, really bad extreme eczema that actually went up into her scalp, and that caused her to bald. And the thing about her was she ended up getting Sister Locks 3 different times. So when the first set didn't work, she ended up waiting, clearing herself up, getting a second set, and then I guess she ended up having a flare up like maybe a couple of years later. That was really bad and took a lot of her hair out, and then she ended up going in again. But just remember, between those times, she ended up getting medications, and she ended up like treating herself before she did it. But she liked the Sister Lock style so much that she ended up putting those sets back in. But I think she did say on the third set that that was going to be the last set that she was going to do. But just know that, you know, it just depends on, you know, what you want and how bad you want them. So basically that on that. But I do want to go ahead and give a shout out to some of the subbies that did comment underneath my some of my videos, and I do hope that you guys are subbies with me, like one of my lockers, okay? I hope you one of my, you know, my lock girls, okay? Or guys, don't matter, okay? So I want to say shout out and thank you to Nicole Lock Queen, to Renella Flowers, to Tasha Curtis, Shia Hinton, to Sandra Balfour, I believe, Shirley Holcomb, Let's Talk Hair, Lovingly Locked, Zuwina Cuba, Iona, and Bernard's Beauty. So those are my 12 subscribers that names that I was able to get. I just randomly chose some of my videos and found those names under there, and just wanted to say thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. And I want you to know I really and truly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the support. And like I said, if I can be of help and support to any of you guys, just link your stuff below if you have channels or whatever, and I will gladly go over there and lend my support to you guys as well. As always, sharing and caring. Sharing is caring, guys. And love and light. Until next time, everybody take care of yourself.